Generally, we don't use JMeter as a developer. Testers will use a lot. It's because it's a non-functional test. What will be used regularly in the company as a full stack developer, as a DevOps team member is, okay, what is that? Jenkins. Most important one. Very, very important one. See guys, we are developing the code, keeping the code in Git, collecting the code, packing the code, deploying in the server. Okay, we are checking it's running properly or not, then releasing. This I would like to do for every code change that happens. And that too, I don't want to do manually. I want to automate it. In this process, I want to do code review. I want to do code coverage. This kind of activities also before release. For that purpose, we got Jenkins, which is also called as CI/CD tool, continuous integration and continuous delivery. Delivery means deployment. CI/CD. In short, we can say Jenkins is a tool that automates build and deployment process. That automates build and deployment process. So far, used to do manually. Keeping code in Git repository, still we have to do manually. Whenever it observes changes in the code, or you keep the time frequency every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, like this, or every day, or every 2 days, you keep the time frequency, whatever it is. Automatically, Jenkins will pull the code, will pack the code, will perform code coverage, code review, all the necessary things that are required, running the unit testing, all the necessary things that are required. If all are positive, it will deploy and it becomes ready to deliver to some other place. I don't want to do every time manually. It has to be automated. So for that purpose, what is the tool we got? Jenkins. So what is the bottom line statement of Jenkins, guys? Okay. Whenever major changes happened in the code, we try to test it, we try to release it phase by phase, right? Instead of doing these activities manually, if someone is there automating the whole process, it would be really nice or not. And that someone is nothing but what? Jenkins. Forget about you don't have Jenkins, guys. Every day, some changes are happening in the code. DevOps team should collect the code from Git. Yes. Should perform code review by using SonarQube. Should perform unit testing. Should perform code coverage by using Jacaco. How much percentage of code is involved in what? Unit testing. Then should pack the code. Should start the server. Should deploy into a server. If that is also successful, should release the code by sending to somewhere. Remembering the order. Don't you feel I feel tedious, boss? No, I cannot write a small batch file doing all this thing. Why? Because doing SonarQube separate setup, working with the Jacaco separate setup, right? Packaging WAR file separate setup, starting server separate process, and collecting the notifying the changes that are there in the Git repository and getting the code, latest code is a separate operation. Can I put all these things in a batch file and run the batch file? No, we cannot. So there Jenkins comes into picture. We will give clarity. Hey Jenkins, collect the code from here. Whenever you run the Jenkins task or job, whatever things we have given as input, based on those inputs, that an operation will happen automatically in sequence. Yes, no, boss. No, I don't want to run the job. You can periodically it will execute automatically. No, I don't want periodically execute it. Whenever change is there, I want to see it. For that one, we can ask Jenkins, hey Jenkins, you run on your own, doing these many things in sequence whenever there is a change in the code. Change means whenever someone commits it. So that means, so developer happily can focus on development commit. Rest of the things automated. Rest of the things automated. Is it not interesting, Rababu? Suppose I started one e-commerce application. Okay. I have not automated, boss. Everything I'm doing manually. I'm only checking the order. I'm only packing the item. I'm only, handovering to courier boy. I'm only checking whether it is received or not. Nothing is automated. In this process, I'm failing in marketing. Because when people are taking care of a number of things manually, so marketing will be there now. Without marketing, the visitors will not be there. Without visitors, sale will not be there. If sale is not there, setup will be disturbed. So the owner of e-commerce website or any product should focus more on what? Sales. By automating remaining every process, right? You should have more focus on what? Sales. Remaining everything should be automated. For example, once a customer books the product, customer books the product, picking the product, packing product, only my company is taking care. Remaining handover, once product is handover to some agency, that agency should take care of remaining thing. So that I can focus more on what, guys? Sales, marketing. So when marketing is there, customers will increase, sale will increase, revenue will increase, so that I can betterment in every area, right, guys? So as a developer, my focus should be on what? Development, committing the code. Development, committing the code. If rest of things are automated, I can put my brain hassle free on what? Development. I hope you are understanding my statement. Is it not an interesting aspect, boss? Come on. Online students, are you understanding? See, this is the bottom line, guys. When I open the document, a lot of technical terms comes and goes. But that is not important. What is important is, if build and deployment process is automated through Jenkins, developers of the team can focus only on the development aspect. Rest all is automated. What is automated? Taking the code for every change, performing code review, performing code coverage, running the unit testings, packing the code, starting the server, deploying into server, and releasing to somewhere else. If all these things are automated, so my developer can focus more on what, guys? Development. Otherwise, parallelly he has to worry about this nonsense, right, boss? So there Jenkins came into picture. I have a question. Sir, Maven is also build tool, na? How it is different from what? How Jenkins is different from Maven? I mean, Maven is just development related build tool. Yes, no, boss. It will simplify only development related build operation. Maven simplifies development activity, right? It is not simplifying what? Build activities, deployment activities, release activities. Is it simplifying integration activities? Integrating with SonarQube, integrating with Jacaco. No, it's not doing that, right? So Maven is a build tool that simplifies development environment. Instead of working with the manual process or IDE process, if you use what? Maven, so in IDE or outside IDE, development is simplified. That's it. Build and deployment is not automated, not simplified, guys. Yes or no? Continuous integration and deployment is not promised in Maven, guys. What is promised? As a developer, you enjoy development in a simplified manner. That's it. Okay, guys. Let me open the document. Let's go through some technical terms. It's pure process oriented, boss. Screens will be there. The different options will ask different inputs, and we provide that. File, open. File, open. Come on, guys. Tools FS 903. Jenkins 22. Today is 22. Oh, this is the symbol for Jenkins, guys. and JMeter sensing is one feather. Yeah. See, whatever technical terms I speak, I read here. Bottom line is what? CI/CD. Continuous integration, continuous delivery. What does it mean? Whenever code changes are based on the periodically collects the code, performs the code review, performs the code coverage, perform the server, deploys the file, and delivers the file. That's it. Keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. Whatever projects we create in Jenkins, whatever jobs we create in Jenkins, they expect exactly these inputs, boss. What is the Git source place, Git repository? How we want to build it periodically, or code changes, or manually. Select it. Where you want to deploy, server you have to select. Yes or no? Na? So there are 6-7 items are there. You have to supply inputs for every item. In that one, everything is automated. That's it. Keep this in bottom line, remaining all are extra. See, whenever you heard about tool, in your right side memory, one image will come. That image is important. If that image striked, you can build a number of stories on that. Right? So that's why whenever you are learning a new concept, try to have some visualization in your brain. That visualization comes after attending practicals, after doing practicals. Keep that visualization in mind. Once that visualization is stored in your brain, so continuously what? You can build stories. You can frame the stories. Nicely you can frame the stories. It's definitely possible, no doubt in that. Yeah, this is Jenkins, guys. Come on. Yeah, Jenkins is an open source free boss. Good news is it's a free server that is written entirely in what? Java. It lets you execute a series of actions to achieve the continuous integration process, that too in an automated fashion. See, that's simply they say continuous integration process, that too in what? Automated fashion. Nothing manual, boss, right? Yeah. This is CI server, continuation day. They're highlighting only CI. CI server, nothing but continuous integration server. Runs in servlet containers such as what? Apache Tomcat. Jenkins facilitates continuous integration and continuous delivery in a software project by automating the parts related to build, test, deployment. Build means gathering the code, keeping the code ready for execution, packing the code, build process. Test, running the SonarQube, running the Jacaco, running the unit testings, those things. Deployment, keeping the code in the server and later releasing to the client organization. Anything is called deployment, guys. This makes it easy for developers for continuously work on the betterment of the product by integrating changes to the project. What, guys? By integrating changes to the project. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Super. Next. Jenkins automates the software builds in a continuous manner and lets the developers know about the errors at an early stage. A strong Jenkins community is one of the prime reasons for its popularity. Jenkins is not only extensible but also has a thriving plugin ecosystem. What plugins ecosystem? Thriving. Okay, now listen carefully, boss. Jenkins is open source, but no one takes responsibility, something goes wrong. But since it's open source, a lot of community is built, guys. Everyone takes the responsibility to suggest you. How Java is succeeded? No, since it's open source. Because a lot of people are working on Java, big community is built, they are helping each other. Right? And if something is missing in Jenkins, we can add a lot of plugin to bring that feature in Jenkins. For example, tomorrow, alternate to SonarQube, some other better review tool has come. Jenkins welcomes it. Jenkins is not says, I will work with only SonarQube kind of thing. It's like Eclipse plugins, boss. Whatever you have existing, you use it. Whatever you don't have, you install them as plugins. Fine, guys, come on, everyone. Okay. So here I have given for technical things, normal things I have given, boss. Check it out. Jenkins helps the team to automate various activities related to Agile model project development. Agile is one software development model, yeah. From project development to deployment, which says development, build, test, and deployment operation should happen smoothly. Must happen smoothly. Is that clear, guys? Come on. Jenkins also useful in the maintenance of the project, towards fixing the bugs, resolving the issues by enabling this continuous integration and what? Continuous deployment process. Okay. We can integrate multiple supporting softwares or plugins in what? Jenkins ecosystem as needed. Like what? Maven, Gradle, SonarQube, Selenium, JUnit, Mockito, and etc. So a lot of things can be integrated or not, guys. Okay, super. Some of the possible steps that can be performed using Jenkins are, that means what Jenkins will do. That means indirectly operations of Jenkins. Actions of Jenkins I am talking. Software build using build systems such as what? Gradle, Maven. Jenkins internally uses Maven, or you can configure Maven to Jenkins. It uses Maven and it will perform build activity. Build means checking the directory structure, running the test cases, packing the code, build operation, keeping ready. Build means keeping the code ready for execution. Build operation means keeping the code ready for execution. Keeping the code ready for execution is called project build, project or application build process. Project or application build process. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay. Automation testing using what? Test frameworks such as Nose2, PyTest, Robo, Selenium, and more. Nose2, PyTest, Robo, okay, Selenium, and more. Are you understanding my statement? Super. Execute test scripts using Windows Terminal, Linux Shell, etc. Achieve test results and perform what? Post actions such as printing test report and more. Execute test scenario against what? Different input combination for obtaining improved test coverage. For obtaining improved test coverage, right? See, guys, test scripts. Achieving test result, performing post actions, execute test scenario against different combination. All these are related to test, guys. Next one, continuous integration, where the artifacts are automatically created and what? Tested. This aids identification of issues of the product at the early stage of the development. What stage, guys? Early stage of the development. That means continuously taking the code, continuously what? Running the test cases, continuously performing SonarQube, continuously performing what? Jacapo, code coverage activity. So at the early stage only we can find out the problems, no, boss? But for every commit it is doing, boss. For every commit it is giving test report. Is it not interesting, Ram Babu? Instead of doing at the last having these many errors, for every commit if you are trying to betterment the code, so at the early stage only you are finding out the mistakes or not, guys. At early stage only we are identifying the problems and finding out the mistake. Definitely it is going to be a useful feature, boss, no doubt in that. Super, guys. See, continuous integration, CI, where the artifacts, nothing but projects are created and tested automatically. This aids in identification of issues in the product at an early stage of development. At an early stage of development. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. At the time of what Jenkins blog, that means this blog creation time, it had close 1500 plus plugins contributed. That means code repository, not only Git, guys, it supports SVN, it supports X, Y, Z. When it comes to code coverage, so many tools, code review, so many tools, servers, so many servers, packing mechanism, so many packing mechanism. For everything plugin they have given, guys. Are you getting my point there, guys? Plugins help in customizing the experience with the Jenkins. I can customize. I want to use Maven as a build tool. No, I don't like. I want to use Gradle. You can change it. Along with providing support for accelerating activities related to what? Building, deployment, and automating, and etc. Building, deploying, automating, and what? Etc. That's good. So final conclusion is what, guys? Jenkins will take care of build process. Jenkins will go for testing, will run test scripts, will run test scenarios, combination of everything, right? And we'll think about what? Performing the CI. What is production? Sorry, sir. Chiki, I must murder you if you ask me what is production. The prod environment, how many times we discussed it in Spring level, ra? Okay, forget about Spring. In tools class only I talked, na? Production means keeping the project alive for consumers. Citibank project is released. Citibank people, after doing their local test, UAT, user acceptance test, they will keep the project in live. That is called production environment. Maybe he's trying to crack some joke, huh? Sorry, I am not in that mode, please. Okay. Production means what? Keeping the project in live. See, software project means not manufacturing items. In software, production means what? Development is over, testings are over. For whom that is developed, that fellow started using for his purpose. That is called production environment, right? Citibank project is released. Customers of Citibank, employees of Citibank really started using that for online services, right? Yeah, tell me next one. Learning curve is high means learning time is high. Learning curve is small means learning time is less. This is one wording that comes out, right? While moving from one technology to another technology, we generally say learning curve is small, learning curve is high. They generally talk with respect to x-axis and y-axis. Time versus subject, right? Time versus subject, then one arc will be formed. Na? So they are talking about that arc curve. So learning curve is small means learning time is less. Learning curve is more means learning curve is more. Learning time is more. Yeah. Jenkins is more functionally driven rather UI driven. Hence, there is a learning curve involved in getting to know what is Jenkins. Here are the powerful developer-centric features offered by the Jenkins. Learning curve involved in getting to know what Jenkins. That means it takes time to habituate with the Jenkins. Here are the powerful developer-centric feature offered by the Jenkins. Number one. Easy installation and configuration. Very simple, guys. You will get one zip file, you have to extract it, and some in that one setup file will be there. Just install it. Very simple. Jenkins is a self-contained Java program that agnostic of a platform on which it is installed. It is available almost for all popular operating systems such as Windows, okay, different flavors of Unix and Mac OS. It is available as normal installer as well as WAR file. Once installed, it is easy to configure using its what? Web interface. You will get as a WAR file or you will get as what? Installer. If it is WAR file, okay, You just run the WAR file, it automatically run. Okay, everything we do from browser only because WAR file is web application, na? So web application will have web pages. We try to open those web pages in what? Browser, and we try to operate them. Super. As it is open source, it is free for use. There is a strong involvement of the community, which makes it a powerful CI/CD tool. You can take support from Jenkins community, whether it is for extensibility, support, documentation, or any other feature related to Jenkins. It's an open source, free to use. There's a strong involvement of community which makes powerful CI/CD tool. No one owns it, but everyone supports it. That's a success story of any open source software, guys. No one, if something goes wrong in your Java project, Sun Microsystem never take responsibility. After all, you have not paid single NP to them. But lot of people are already using Java. If they already face such problem, they come and help us. In open forums, we discuss and solve the problems, right? So that's why open source. See, open source bad in a way, good in more ways. If you use .NET software, something happened in your project which is not solved by your team, Microsoft may send subject expert to solve your problem. After all, you are paying money to Microsoft. But such things will not happen in open source, guys. Because we are not paying giving any revenue to what vendor company. But still, there's a big community, okay, helping each other. So if anyone faces such problems earlier, they come and solve. If a new problem, okay, there are some subject matter expert, we can hire them, they come and solve the problems. They also come and solve the problems. Are you getting my point there? So now question that eats your brain is, how these open source companies are surviving in the market? Because they're starting companies as open source company, how they are surviving? Because they give software at free of cost, right? Listen, they don't do business by selling the software, main software. They do business by selling their byproducts. Such a byproducts, you never feel, okay, we are paying income and we are giving revenue also. Such a small byproducts, they do business. That is only for survival. For example, you take Java free, okay? But Java byproducts are not free. Like Java certification exam, costly, right? Okay, where they do business? By offering certification exams, by conducting corporate trainings. Initially, not now required because everywhere Java is there, right? Initially when they learn. And by publishing what? By publishing books, by offering training for certification exams. They only conduct the exam, they only give training for that exams. Certification exam, SCJP, OCJP kind of thing. By releasing byproducts like Java related IDEs, this kind of byproduct, servers, this kind of byproduct, if they want, they can keep it commercial. Somehow in Java, they are also free, boss, unluckily, okay? So they don't do business on my product, they do business on what? My product. It's something like this, Baba business kind of thing. In India, Baba business is there, na? Yeah, Baba business is what? Baba is free. In fact, they offer free food also if you go there, right? But you want personal meeting with Baba? Charges. Aisa no na? And if you want to purchase any product recommended by Baba, business. You want to stay there near to Baba room, again charges. Then they build such an ecosystem where footfall will be there, then only craze will be there for Baba. Okay, but you want any personalized services, Baba will charge money. Yes, any Baba, same story, you can observe that. Right, and when same thing. In Baba business, one thing is added, that is blind belief will be added. Once blind belief comes into your brain, so you will go to any extent to spend money, right? Okay, Baba touched clothes are costly. Baba touched what is that? Baba touched sad is very costly. Aisa no na? Baba will give something from his stomach all of a sudden that is more costly. Aisa no na? Arey, neighbor human gives something from mouth, we won't even touch. But when Baba gives, we will purchase for what? 100 times to 100 times, right? So that's meaning of what? uh, blind belief, right? Okay, here blind belief is not there. Okay, except that open source business, Baba business, same story. Understanding my statement, guys. Open source business, Baba business, almost one and the same. Yes. Yeah. How does open source companies are surviving? Maybe some person in that last batch might have asked this question. That's why I have written this FAQ kind of thing. How does open source companies are what surviving? Open source software companies release their software at free of cost. Okay, like just think about Baba. Baba entry free. Baba Darshan is free. Baba Prasad is free, and my afternoon lunch also free, right? To the market, but they try to generate revenue for the following services and what? By products. By offering certification exams, by offering corporate trainings, by publishing books, by releasing byproducts like what? IDs, drivers, and etc. By offering services of software development companies, if they stuck up services, services to what is this? Services to software development companies. Are you getting my point? Yes. Services to software development companies, if they stuck up in the middle of what? Project. If they stuck up in the middle of project and etc. Everyone getting my point, guys? Come on, everyone. Super. Right. Thriving plugin ecosystem. That is, a lot of plugins are there. You want something to be added in this build and deployment automate process, a new product, you can add it. It's nothing like that. Okay. The backbone of Jenkins is the community, and community members have been instrumental in the development and testing of close to 1500 plus plugins available in the update center. Available in the update center. So thriving plugin ecosystem, guys. What is that? Thriving plugin ecosystem. Yeah. Next one was easy distribution. Jenkins is designed in such a manner that makes it relatively easy to distribute the work across the multiple machines and platform for accelerated building, testing, and deployment. This is the one point which I have to talk, guys. See, when I say real-time company projects, they are not small size of our classroom. They won't be developed in one day. They won't be deployed in one day. They will be developed for 9 months, and they will be deployed in these all the 9 months, and later also in production environment that will be continuously used for a long time without any shutdown. One day shutdown means 10 crore rupee loss. That's why banking applications you observe, okay, they have rules. If your server is down more than 1 hour in total 365 days of a year, they need to pay penalty to the local government. In India, such conditions are such conditions are not there. But you go to Singapore kind of city or other kind of cities or countries, they are very strict about server downtime. So DBS, there's a bank called DBS, which is a Singapore-based bank. Okay, but Singapore, most of its development is happening in Hyderabad, especially India, especially Hyderabad, in coordination with the Singapore team. In coordination with what? Singapore team. Okay. So they always worry about, because already project launched, guys, only enhancements are going on. Some team is there in maintenance, some team is in what? Enhancement. Okay. So they always trying to Indian people, don't work according to your government policies. These are our government policies. You have to support it. That's why main maintenance and project maintenance team, they kept in Singapore itself. Only supporting team they kept in what? Hyderabad. So why they kept a branch in Hyderabad? Because our production cost will be less. Yes, engineers will come at what? Affordable price compared to what? Singapore. Because in Singapore, so many conditions will be there in pay scale, but in India, such conditions are not there. Okay, let it be, guys. Talking about what? Such kind of big projects. These big projects, build process won't happen in one system, guys. That will happen in multiple systems. I already said, na, every project will have 4 environment, development, 1 mission, test separate mission. But everywhere build is required now, boss. Everywhere build is required now. Jenkins is capable of performing what? Build and deployment activities. Okay, in a distributed environment. What is that, guys? In a distributed environment. Easy to distribute work across the multiple missions and platform for the accelerated build, testing, and deployment. How does Jenkins work? How does Jenkins work? We look at the internal functioning of Jenkins. That means what happens once the developer commit changes to the repository and how CI/CD is realized in what? Jenkins. We also look at the master agent architecture. What is this? Master agent architecture in Jenkins, guys. So here master and agent, main thing we can keep in one machine and supporting things we can keep in other machine. So that will work in what? Distributed manner or not, guys? That definitely work in what? Distributed manner. Look at the architecture of Jenkins, guys. Before diving into how does Jenkins works, we must understand the architecture of what? Jenkins. These are the series of steps that outlines interaction between different elements of what? Jenkins. Developers do necessary modification in the source code and commit the changes to a repository. A new version of that file will be created in what? Version control system that is used for maintaining the repository source code. Indirectly is talking about Git kind of environment, na boss. Development, unit testing, and also committing the code. The repository continuously checked by Jenkins CI server. Continuously checked by what? GitHub repository is continuously checked by whom? CI server for any changes, either in the form of code or libraries. And the changes are pulled by the server. Jenkins server will pull the changes. Whenever change is there, it will pull the changes. Jenkins pulls the committed changes. Next. In the next step, we ensure that build with the pulled changes is going through or not. Build server performs build with what? Code and an executable is generated. That means jar file. Executable is generated means what? Jar or var file. What file, guys? Jar or var file. What file, guys? Generated if the build process is successful. In case of build failure, an automated email with a link to the build logs and other build artifacts is sent to the developer. Actually not required. We also continuously monitor our log files, we can see. But see, sometimes some builds takes 10 hours, 12 hours, guys. When project is huge kind of thing. 10 hours, 12 hours, we cannot sit in front of system observing log messages, right? We start and we go somewhere, right? So in that situation, mail provision is also there. What provision is there? Mail provision. Okay, see, first Jenkins development and unit testing by developer and committed the code to repository. Jenkins pulls the committed changes. Jenkins builds the project. In case of successful var file creation, the build operation executable is deployed. Executable is nothing but jar or var. Is deployed to the test server. This steps helps in realizing continuous testing where the newly built executable goes through a series of automated tests. Developers are alerted in the alerted in the case changes have caused any breakage in functionality. This is called testing of the project or not, guys? Come on. If there are no build, integration, testing issues with the checked in code, the changes and tested applications are automatically deployed to the prod or production server, deployment of the project. This is going to be CD activities now, boss. This is going to be CD activities, CD, continuous deployment. Deployment of the project. See what is it? Connecting to Git, getting the code changes. Next one, what? Packing the code and packing the code, then testing the code. When I say test, not only unit testing, guys. Oh, SonarQube and other things also comes under. That is also successful. Then start the server and deploys the things. Start the server and what? Deploys the thing. Here are the diagrammatic representation of what? Jenkins architecture. Jenkins architecture or flow kind of thing. See, multiple developers are committing their code to code repository. Right now, this is what? Git kind of thing, right? Yes, na boss? Yes. Development, unit testing, task testing, code review, everything happens on na boss? Okay, tell me next, what is there? Build process, packing the code. Test process, Selenium kind of thing. Next one, what? Okay, it will go for live deployment. So up to this CI, this entire thing is what? CI, and this comes under what? CD. Especially this section comes under CD. When it comes to CI, continuous integration, up to this CI. Everyone understanding my statement, boss? Right. A single Jenkins server might not be sufficient to realize the following requirements. Testing need to be performed on different environment. Code written using different languages, Java, Python, C. And for example, you take microservice architecture, guys. Tell me, one project will be there or lot of projects will be there? These projects will be there in one machine or multiple machine. These projects will be there in one language or different languages. So that means Java code testing is different, Python code testing is different. So if you put all the burden on what? Jenkins, on that single machine Jenkins, it may fail sometimes or it may underperform. It may not perform as expected, right? It may not perform what? As expected. Clear, boss? Got the point, my dear? Come on, everyone. Super, guys. Testing need to be performed different environments. Committed to version control system, where a single server might not be suffice the requirement. A single Jenkins server might not be sufficient to handle the load that comes with large scale software project. I was talking about this one only now, boss. You take microservice architecture project. It looks like single project, but it's a combination of a number of projects, right? Do you think single mission Jenkins can handle it, guys? That's why Jenkins can be in master agent architecture. What we mean by master agent architecture? In one machine, master Jenkins. In other machines, agent Jenkins, guys. What Jenkins, guys? Still font is small. I think you are attending from mobile, please. Yeah. In such scenarios, the distributed or master agent, or a master agent, master is master, agent means slave kind of thing. Architecture of Jenkins is used for continuous integration and testing. Diving deeper, how does Jenkins works? We take a look at what? Following architecture of the Jenkins. What is this, guys? Master agent architecture in what? Jenkins. Here, agent means slave. Master will tell, slaves will do. First of all, entire project will be given. Bigger project is given to master only. Master will tell this section you should go to this agent. This section should go to this agent. This section should go to this agent. That's it. Not much. The master agent architecture in Jenkins is used for managing what? Distributed builds. The master and agent communicate through what? TCP/IP protocol. These are the roles and responsibilities of Jenkins. Master and what? Agent. Super guys. Jenkins master. The main server in Jenkins is the master. Here are the jobs handled by Jenkins master. Here are the jobs handled by Jenkins master. But first of all, look at the diagram, guys. Yeah. Jenkins master will distribute its work to an agent. This is Jenkins master and multiple agents are there, boss. Jenkins agent, Jenkins agent, Jenkins agent, right? Jenkins agents are generally required to provide what? Desired environment. It works, what is that? It works on the basis of request received from what? Jenkins master. That means what work is assigned to master, same work will happen, boss. So master, slave. It's something like team leader, team members. So team members will do exactly that one that is asked by team leader. Yes, nothing extra, nothing less. If they do X, they do X only. If they ask to do Y, they do work on Y only. Check it out, guys. The main server in Jenkins is what? Master. Here are the jobs handled by Jenkins master, right? Next one. Scheduled build jobs. What, guys? Scheduled build jobs. Choosing the appropriate agent in the master agent ecosystem for dispatching the builds. Array. Scheduled build jobs. At what time, what build should happen? Okay. Choosing appropriate agent. It will pick up the correct agent. Monitor agents and take them online, offline, whenever required is there. Presenting the build results to the developer. See, everything. Developer knows only master agent, master boss. He gives every project to this. Master agent divides the work into what? Multiple parts. Different works will be given to different agent for parallel execution. So that work will happen very fastly. Right, guys? Jenkins master and Jenkins agents are the instance of what? Jenkins server or Jenkins software. All are Jenkins softwares only, but one act as master, one act as this one. All are employees of company boss. One employee is team leader, remaining employees are what? Team members. Because team leader will take the decision, team members will implement the decision. Team leader will take the decision, team members will implement the decisions. Is it not interesting, Rababu? Come on, everyone. I think these people forgot to connect to him. Yeah, tell me. Agent is a remote machine that is connected to master. Agents will be there on different machine. Because why we are going for distributed architecture? Basically for load balance, to reduce the load on single machine or single instance of Jenkins. So definitely remote container. Depending upon the project and build requirement, you can opt n number of agent. Project is to use microservice architecture project having 200 microservices. 200 microservices means 200 sub-projects are there. So then we need multiple agents or not. At least 10 to 20 agents are required or not required. Agents can run on different operating system depending upon the type of the build request. Hey, microservice architecture you take there. Is there any guarantee all projects, all microservices should be there in same machine? Same operating system, same language? No. So based on that, we can also decide the agent. Appropriate agent is chosen by master for build, execution and testing, guys. Build, listen, only build, execution and testing. Last packing and releasing will be, deployment is done by master only again. That means big work is divided into small works, given to multiple agents. Agents completed that work, bring back and given to developer. Yes, guys, come on. Here are the jobs handled by Jenkins agents, guys. Listen to the commands from Jenkins master, team leader, instruction. Execute the build job that are dispatched by master. For agent 1, microservice 1 and 2 are given. Complete that. For agent 2, microservice 2 and 3 are given. Complete it. Come on. Developer have the flexibility to run the build and execute test on particular agent or particular type of agent. The default option in the Jenkins is what? Selecting best suited agent for the job. So agent only will select, but if you want, you can configure it, right? Okay, here is the simple diagrammatic representation of how Jenkins works with multiple Jenkins agent connected to what? Jenkins master. Okay, Jenkins master will distribute its workload to the agents. In fact, it won't do anything, guys. Everything it will distribute, collects the work back and delivers to developer. Supervisor will work, supervisor will supervisor. Team leader will write the code, will monitor the code. Will supervise the team, will monitor the teamwork, right? Okay. Jenkins master is responsible to gather the big work, distribute the work, and give to agent. Once agent finished that work, collect it back and give to developer. How does Jenkins work in master agent architecture? In the previous section of what Jenkins blog, we touched upon their brief responsibility of 1 minute. We don't need this. Operating system. Each running on what? Different operating system. Check it out, guys. From remote code repository like Git, we are gathering the code now, boss. Yes, like Git. Like Git. Jenkins master do the code every time there is a wait. This master, guys, pulls the code from code repository. Yes, boss. Yes. After that, what it will do, guys? This Jenkins master will do that. He's giving two different agents, na boss. Come on, my dear. Okay. Jenkins master will distribute the workload to all the agents. On request from Jenkins master, the agent carry out builds, tests, and produce the test reports. Produce the test report. In dev test environment, we want to execute the build on what? Windows OS. Whereas UAT prod environments, we want to execute the build in what? Linux OS. We want to execute the build in what OS, guys? Linux OS. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Come on. Jenkins master distributes its workload to all the agents. On request from Jenkins master, agents will carry out their works and builds and test this one, produce the reports. Everyone understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Right. Developer checking their respective code changes in the remote repository that is depicted on the left side. That means GitHub. Diagram is there in the GitHub. Only Jenkins master is connected to the repository, not the agents. And it checks for code changes in what? A repository at periodic intervals. All the Jenkins agents are connected to Jenkins master. Regularly, master connects to whom, guys? Repository. Is there any change? Array, for whole project, one revision number will be there. Revision number is changed, still old one. Any revision number is generated or not. New revision number generated, it realizes some changes there. Jenkins master dispatches the request. for build and test to the appropriate Jenkins agent depending upon the environment required for what? Performing the build. This lets you perform build and execute tests in different environment across the entire architecture. Across the entire architecture. Jenkins master dispatches the request to the appropriate Jenkins agent depending upon the environment required for performing the build. This lets you to perform builds and execute tests in different environment, entire architecture. See guys, build in one agent, test in one agent, something else in one agent. Or different subprojects are there, they will happen on different agents, right guys? Agent performs testing, generates the test reports, and sends the same to Jenkins master for monitoring. As a developer keep pushing the code, Jenkins agents can run on different build version of the code for different platform. Jenkins master control the respective build should operate. So master will control all the activities end to end. So final conclusion is what guys? If huge project is there and you feel one instance of Jenkins will fail, you can configure Jenkins in what? Master slave architecture, master agent architecture. You put everything to master, how it is internally giving to agent, how it is collecting work back from agent, it's a headache, you don't worry. How many agents you should take, what to be given to each agent, everything is decided by whom? Master only. Everything is technically decided by whom guys? Master only. I think you got the basic idea, boss. Yeah. What is a Jenkins? Jenkins falls under, what is that? Jenkins falls under which category tool? Okay, which category tool? Come on, tell me what is there? Okay, build and deployment automation tool or CI/CD tool. Build and deployment automation tool, nothing but CI/CD tool. What tool, guys? CI/CD tool. Okay, that's good. Next. CI/CD tool, guys. Tell me next one. Build and deployment automation tool or CI/CD tool. What tool, my dear? CI/CD tool. Okay. After that, what next? Okay, guys. What are the alternate tools for Jenkins? That as of now so popular are there, but might be there. But Jenkins is such a popular, no one even worries about using alternate also. Alternate tools for Jenkins. Alternate tools for Jenkins. Then alternates for what? Jenkins. Top 10 alternates for Jenkins. Have you used Jenkins before? Yes. No. Jenkins people are not worried. Without using Jenkins, why are you searching for alternate? Okay, what's the first one? GitHub. And in GitHub only so many facilities are there which can work like what? Jenkins. And in GitHub Copilot one concept is there, guys. What is there? Caterpillar Copilot. Co-worker, classmates, complete strangers, over 12 and this one. Categories in common with what? Jenkins. DevOps platform, continuous delivery, continuous integration, build automate. In GitHub also there. In GitHub also there. Cloudbase. What is this? Cloudbase. G2D. Sorry, that is advertisement, please. Circle CI. DevOps, continuous delivery, and other things. Next. Ansible automation platform. What is there? Ansible automation platform. Bitrise, GitLab, Pado DevOps. What is that? GRS, gear set. Buddy, auto rabbit, auto rabbit, G2, hey, sorry boss. G2 deals is an advertisement, right, dirty fellow. G2 deals is how can you say this? What is the answer, guys? Yeah, GitHub, some extent, not completely. GitLab, some extent. Okay. Auto Rabbit is sounding good. Okay, next gear. What is that? Gear, gear set. Ansible. What is that? Auto Ansible. What is there, guys? Ansible, gear set, GitLab, Bitrise, Ansible automation platform. Ansible automation platform. Bitrise, Buddy, and etc. Sorry, boss. Let's not waste the time. Okay, na? Right. Okay, guys. Next one. Is Jenkins DevOps tool? Is Jenkins DevOps tool? Tell me, guys. DevOps or DevSecOps tool? What is that? DevSecOps tool. Is Jenkins DevOps tool or what? DevSecOps tool. What is the answer, guys? What is the answer? Yes, it is the main tool of, what is this? It's the main tool of DevOps. Okay, guys. GitHub is not doing all operations. I said some extent it is also doing Jenkins. Some extent. Maybe it is not the best. It is the best as code repository. May not be best as what? Automation tool. See, boss. Microsoft gives software and hardware, but Microsoft clicked in hardware. ऐसा no na. It clicked only in what? Software product. They may not be best in hardware sector. Initially, they used to do business in what? Hardware sector also. Microsoft keyboards, Microsoft mouses. They used to give that also, but not like it, right? So GitHub has given those options, but somehow maybe later they have extended it. But no one understood and realized the power of what? GitHub extension. From the beginning, everyone is looking at the GitHub as what? Code repository. It's best in code repository, but it may not be best in what? Other aspects. Then why it is not included in DevOps course? Why it is not? Is there? Can you see Jenkins without DevOps? Who is this fellow? Chiki. Okay. See, what DevOps you are learning is a developer prospect to DevOps as part of full stack program. It is not official DevOps course of what? Build and deployment team. This is a developer prospect to DevOps course. Okay. That too as part of full stack program. So that's why we cannot keep what? Kubernetes, right? Okay. Okay. Next one. Who needs Jenkins knowledge? Who needs Jenkins knowledge, right? Okay. So now let's see, guys, what is their answer. Who needs Jenkins knowledge? Okay, it is for build and deployment team. Build and deployment team. Okay, what is that? DevOps team. Next, full stack developers. Any domain full stack developers. Maybe Java full stack, .NET full stack. Okay. Any domain full stack developers, right, guys? Any domain full stack developers. Who needs Jenkins knowledge? Right. I think you got the clarity, boss. Come on, everyone. Okay. Why Jenkins logo is like that? Worried about logo? Worried about logo? See why it is like this? Any guesses? Looking like a senior person? Senior person, master. Okay, because it is known for master agent architecture, na? So it is representing what? Master of doing multiple activities in automated environment. Master of doing multiple activities in automated environment. So that's there, guys. Okay, guys. Shall we focus on how to install Jenkins at least? Okay, let's see how to install Jenkins, guys. How to install Jenkins. Procedure to install Jenkins, guys. Make sure that JDK 11 or 17. 17 is recommended in our computer. In my system, let me say command prompt Java hyphen version. There are stable versions, guys. Any version you can keep, but it's better to keep what? Stable versions. Okay, that's good. Yeah, next one. Download the Jenkins setup file. Okay, download Jenkins. You will be getting what? Jenkins.msi file. What file, guys? Jenkins.msi file. Okay. Download Jenkins, guys. Okay, download Jenkins. Downloading Jenkins, right? Before downloading, installing Jenkins. One Jenkins practice is proceed for what? Installing Jenkins. Learn about verifying Jenkins. Download. Okay, here we have options now, boss. Jenkins STLS. Okay, it's coming as a MSI file. Here, what is the procedure I have given? Go to download, select Windows, automatically Jenkins MSI file will come. It is still showing downloads folder. Where is select Windows option, guys? The changed setup. Proceed to installing. Learn and this one. No, it's all about verifying what package installed verification. Yeah, hardware and software. I need that JSI file, guys. Stable version. Model. Break process. Did they change the setup? Weekly releases. Installing Jenkins, I will say. Installing Jenkins. Procedure is given, that's fine. But where is the link to download? Here I selected what? Windows. So this is entire procedure, guys, right? They are giving procedure, but I am looking for what? Downloading. Silent install. Install using Windows MSI installer. All the help is given, that's good. Downloading Jenkins. Any downloading is started, guys? Not started. Copy the URL. No, sorry. Where guys? Below is there, huh? Here? This one? Thank you for downloading install. Stable installer. Downloading is not started. Actually started. Yeah, that is what. 1 minute. You also may get the same confusion. You have to search for what? This screen. You have to search for this screen, right? Okay. Get into this, guys. Here is the screen. I'm not copied. Huh? Yes, this is my Windows now, boss. Perfect, right? Okay. Next one is what? Install Jenkins. Click on jenkins.msi file. Next, choose location. Okay. Click on MSI file. This is the place. Maybe if Jenkins is already there, I want to uninstall, guys. Okay. Here is what? Control panel. Here is my control panel, programs. I'm assuming Jenkins is already there, is there. Right click, uninstall. I don't want to have that. I want to have everything freshly only, boss. Let's keep everything what? Freshly. Okay, just now we downloaded now, boss. Where it might have come. Okay, Jenkins MSI, 2 copies are coming, it seems, or maybe old copy is already there, whatever it is. Right click, open with Windows installer. Right click, open with Windows installer. Choose the port number, guys. Check port number availability. Next, JDK and finish. This is what we have to do. Say next. Okay, I'm choosing the same location. Okay, tell me. Run as local system not recommended. Run as what? Local or domain user. Okay, domain user. Test. Okay, I'm continue as root. What is there? Root. Test credentials. The username password is incorrect. What is need of this? Admin. Okay, admin. No, actually last time it has not asked any password, guys. Username password. Say next 1 minute. We'll do that once this uninstallation is completed. 1 minute. That could be the reason. Okay, that could be the reason. I hope. Uninstallation is completed. No. Let me uninstall, guys. Say yes. Installation. The installer encountered unexpected error package. This may indicate problem with package. This one. Uninstallation is not happening, boss. This is the headache. Okay, no problem. Go to Windows. I'm sorry, services.msc. Services.msc. Tell me. Services.msc. Run as administrator. Here, Jenkins related service is there. Is there. That's why it is not manual. Okay, right. Properties. It is in start mode or stop mode. I'm keeping in what? Stop mode. I'm keeping it in what? Stop mode. Okay, that's good. Come to this Jenkins project. Close it. The installer has encountered unexpected error installing this package. This may indicate problem with this package. That's why it is not uninstalling in my system. Fine. Okay. Should not create such problems, guys, but coming, what to do? It is not allowing to uninstall C drive, program files. What is there? Jenkins. Program files, Jenkins. Only, I think some folders might have missed up. Some folders might have missed. What I do is, okay, I will delete this folder completely, guys. I deleted that folder. Okay, where is recycle bin? Where is recycle bin? I can see. Empty the folder. I'll make sure that nothing is readily available to use. Fine. And I'm doing everything that is required for installation. Okay. We'll do one thing. We'll take freshly tomorrow how to uninstall and others. Install and uninstall. Don't worry. Okay. In worst case, we try to use the existing one, what we can do. Anyhow, I'm deleting also. Definitely how to reinstall, right? Okay. Yeah, now it's saying the software is not there. Now it is saying what? Software is not there. Come to this. Jenkins uninstall. Say yes. Okay. We'll try to override, guys. When will be the next SBN microservice class? Very soon you will get to know, guys. Okay. Thank you, guys. We'll see. I think maybe if I restart the computer, the problem will be solved, right? Okay. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow and we'll